I lost $250,000 before I turned 27. Hey guys, just to introduce myself to you, my name's John Godwin. I'm the founder of Premier Opportunity Inc. And my specialty is helping business owners develop systems. And I want to tell you why. So when I first started in entrepreneurship, I was young. I opened up my first business at 19 years old, and I had a ton of challenges, right? Part of it was that the business was going up and down. We had some really good weeks and some really bad ones, really good years and really bad ones. I ran into a lot of problems with my taxes. There was one year I completely forgot to pay my taxes and it got a bill in the mail for $10,000. And at that point, I had no idea how I was going to pay it, and I was worried I was going to end up in jail. I also had some personal spending issues where I just had the problem of every time I got a big paycheck, I was young, and I would go out and spend it and figure I'd make it again. And I didn't have anything left over for the times I wasn't making quite as much money. And what ended up happening was I opened up a business at 18. And by the time I turned 23, I had driven myself completely out of business and was working a 9 to 5. Now, I had all the same desires as I believe pretty much every entrepreneur ever. I wanted to make a lot of money. I wanted to have a ton of fun. I wanted to enjoy what I was doing. I wanted the freedom and the flexibility to not have to work all the time. And, you know, when I was young, I didn't care much about a family. But when I did eventually meet the woman of my dreams and get married, I also started caring a lot about supporting my wife and preparing for a future family and all the stuff that comes along with that. So what ended up happening was I came back and reopened the business, went back into entrepreneurship, and I could tell within the first couple years that the same stuff that had driven me out of business before was happening again. And specifically, my first year that I reopened the business, we had the best year of my life. It was wonderful, made a lot of money, had a lot of really cool stuff. But then the very next year was one of the worst years. We tanked right back down again. And I recognized immediately, I was like, man, this is continuing pattern. Something has to be different. So I started studying. I started really studying entrepreneurs and business people, trying to find the solution. And what I found was really the one thing that had been missing in my business. It wasn't a lack of work ethic. It wasn't that I wasn't good enough. It wasn't that I couldn't do it. It wasn't the economy. It was that I wasn't being systematic with my business. So I started really studying systems. And what is a system? It's just a set of rules. It's if this happens, you do this. If this happens, this is how we respond. So instead of being emotional, like, oh, I feel this or this is special, I just created a system of rules to govern my entire business from top to bottom all the way through. And it made a world of difference. I still wasn't without challenges. I was still wondering, especially if we were getting started, if I was good enough. It was a radical shift in my personal habits. My team, you know, when I started saying, hey, this is how the business is going to be run going forward, you know, not everybody was completely on board with it. And so my family, you know, they were like, hey, John, is this really going to be the thing that turns it around, or should you look at a more stable job? So I was definitely getting a lot of challenges, internal and external, but it worked. We turned the system around, or the business around. I'm proud to say we've been in business now for 13 years. We're having some of the best years ever. My proudest achievement is not just that I'm doing well, that my family's doing well, but that this year I've also been able to start volunteering in the community, teaching some of this stuff to high school and college students to help them start businesses before they graduate. And this year, we're actually going to be promoting from my team 7 people to open up their own business and be an entrepreneur officially before they get to the next year, which is really, really exciting. So I'm super proud of that. And I want to make you a special offer. What I've put together is a series of systems. I'm calling it the Business Systems Masterclass, but I believe that it can be applied to every single business, no matter if you're a solopreneur or if you have a team of 50 people, whether you work from home as a side hustle or whether this is your business that you run, whether you're all online, have a physical location. I've identified a series of systems that I firmly believe every business owner and entrepreneur needs to be able to establish their business for the long term. So I've bundled that together for you into an online course. I've also created an accompanying workbook to be able to help you implement the stuff as you go. And I'm including a whole bunch of bonuses to give you just some freebies. And I'll just tell you very openly, my goal is to make this an irresistible offer where all the value that you get costs very little money, and it's just a no-brainer because I really want to help you out. So check out the special offer down below, and I'll see you on the inside.